All right, man, peace. So, as we all know by now, the world famous actor Sylvester Stallone was accused of forcing a young lady to engage in a sexual encounter with him and his bodyguard over 30 years ago. Of course, they're going to talk about it, and I'm going to chime in.
Sylvester Stallone has just been accused of forcing an underage girl into a threesome, this according to new reports. The Daily Mail has published an article about an alleged incident that occurred in 1986 when Stallone was filming Over the Top in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I guess he was trying to get her to help him get over the top. Look, the thing is this. I've spoken about Sylvester Stallone on this channel in the past. I've touched on it lightly. Sylvester Stallone is a very, very overt Luciferian. If you watch most of his films, he shows you that. The Rocky series was actually a very thinly veiled homage to the story of Heru, with Rocky playing Heru. Okay? Of course, you had the other character played by Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed. The term or the name Apollo Creed means belief in the sun god. All right, Creed means belief. Apollo is the sun god. Apollo is the Greek version of Heru. Okay. Then you had Ivan Drago, or the Dragon. Remember in Rocky 4, Ivan Drago, he slayed Apollo. Okay, Ivan Drago played Set. If you remember, when Ivan Drago fought Apollo Creed, right before their fight, there was a huge bull god that came out, a huge statue of a bull that was breathing fire. That is Baal. Okay? Baal is the bull god. So Sylvester Stallone is very, very well versed in the rituals or the rites of Baal. And I say all that to say this. He was also involved in my view, all right, this is alleged, he's also involved in the sacrifice of his son 5 years ago. His son's name was Sage Blood Moon Stallone. Okay? Don't take my word for it. Look it up. His son's name was Sage Blood Moon Stallone. Now, allegedly, his son had drug problems and he had basically had a cardiac arrest. The cardiac arrest excuse is one of the favorite excuses that are used for, the sacrificial victims. It would not surprise me if Sage understood very well that he was meant to be a sacrificial victim. As I state incessantly to you brothers, many of these celebrity children are raised up in the programming. And that's why a lot of them have mental problems, psychological issues, multiple personality disorder, and a lot of them try to drown their sorrows in alcohol and drugs. That seemed to be the issue with Sage Stallone. Either way, he was found dead on July 13th of 2012, and he was found dead at the age of 36. For those of you who know, that number has a very, very high importance to the people who practice Luciferianism. And Luciferianism is just the rituals, the hermetic principles, the worship of the god Baal, Bacchus, Pan, so on and so forth. A lot of the themes that I've been delving into on this channel. Point being is this: am I surprised at what I'm hearing about Sylvester Stallone? No, I'm not. You can read a book called Thanks for the Memories, where Bryce Taylor also goes into detail about Sylvester Stallone.
According to the report, a 16-year-old fangirl met the then 40-year-old action star and was intimidated into having sex with him and his bodyguard Michael DeLuca in a Vegas hotel room. The 16-year-old says she did have sex with Stallone and he encouraged his bodyguard.
And before I forget, while they're showing this little still here of Sylvester Stallone next to this female Tessa Thompson, who was one of the lead characters in the film Dear White People, which is a film that I'll definitely be delving into when I get the opportunity. You know who Tessa Thompson's boo thing is, right? Janelle Monáe. Yes, the same Janelle Monáe who stated that black women should stop having sex with black men until black men decide that they're going to lead the charge in feminism. Right? That person. So once again, brothers, I don't know how many times I have to say this or accentuate this. When you're dealing with these people in Hollywood, that's why they're there in Hollywood, because they're all weirdos. They all practice pansexuality and they all adhere to the rituals of the Bacchus. Okay? That's what you mean. You look at Will Smith's kids. They said that they don't believe in gender. None of these people in Hollywood do. Okay? All these people are raising their children to be genderless and, if need be, to be sacrificed. But yes, I just figured I'd bring that out. Tessa Thompson, her quote-unquote girlfriend is Janelle Monáe. The same female who came out a while ago and said that black women should stop having intercourse with black men until black men decide to lead the charge in feminism. Okay? So, once again, the liberal black woman is not your friend.
To join in. That's when she became very uncomfortable with the encounter, but ultimately felt like she had no choice. Stallone then allegedly threatened the teenager, demanding she not tell anyone of the incident because both men were married at the time, and they would have to beat her head in if she did. The teen made a...
Well, Stallone wasn't going to really beat her head, and he probably would just have some mafia guys handle it for him. But I would definitely have taken that threat very seriously if I was her as well, because Stallone would definitely have made her disappear. He has a lot of clout, or had a lot of clout at that time, in Hollywood. And like I was saying about Bryce Taylor in her book, Thanks for the Memories, she detailed how Sylvester Stallone preferred to have sex with sex slaves, with monarch mind control sex slaves, because it was less hassle. Okay? He also was into pansexuality, and he got his start in the porn industry. All right? You guys can look that up. Sylvester Stallone actually got his start in the porn industry, for those of you who don't know. But he goes quote unquote both ways. But it is what it is. That's whatever. All right. But back to Tessa Thompson for a moment. You'll see her in the new Thor film. I believe she's playing a Valkyrie, if I remember correctly. So whenever you see a lot of these actors or actresses all of a sudden get introduced to the higher levels of Hollywood, particularly when they're involved in a superhero movie or any film that they know is going to make major blockbuster, those people they're willing to do whatever. Like, they don't even question any of the rituals. And that's what's going to cost Terry Crews, is that he questioned one of the rituals. That Adam Bennett thing, that was a test for him. He was supposed to say, no problem, I'll meet you upstairs. And his wife would have waited down in the lobby for him too. Okay? Because she don't give two shits. Long as he's doing what he need to do to keep the money coming in, she don't care.
Police report right after the incident, but she felt ashamed and scared and didn't want to prosecute.
But anyway, I definitely believe her. I have no doubt that is what occurred. Also, if you ever see the movie Rocky V, which of course stars Sylvester Stallone, but also had his son in there as well. Rocky V, there was a scene where he and his son are walking past a park, and on the wall, clear as day, is scribbled 666. And for those of you who don't understand what that term means or what that number signifies, the quote-unquote mark of the beast, that mark of the beast, the 666, and you know, a lot of these Afrocentrists, they always talk some nonsense. The 666 represents the coils of a black man's hair. No, the 666 represents the god Saturn, all right? Or as he also was known as, Osiris, or the Bacchus. Okay? That's what that represents. But anyway, I'm sure that there'll be some further occurrences or some updates on the Sylvester Stallone story. And when they do come out, hopefully, a lot more of these people will start to get revealed. But anyway, peace.